Plant Talk number 3 every Tuesday. We're back.
We're back. And we have a couple of exciting topics for today. We want to talk about the difference between synthetic and whole food-based supplements. A little bit our personal story about supplements.
You didn't even say that supplements are coming. It's a big reveal.
I didn't say that. You just said that.
Okay.
So, and what was number 3 again?
Talk about our journey.
What we actually have been doing the last 12 months. Because this journey and what we've been learning and trying to figure out has been quite a long journey. So let's get started with just like kind of what is our personal relationship with like supplements and why did we actually really start to care more and more about it?
And one of the things is that we hear from a lot of you always when we are in our community was like, oh, what supplements are you still taking, right? And superfoods are kind of supplements too. And what additional supplements we're taking. And it also, I think the last 2-3 years where we felt, oh, let's look at for more supplements. Are we getting all the vitamins and minerals in with our diet, with the superfoods, or what is missing?
Yeah, and I would even say for me to really start kind of at the beginning, like I grew up definitely taking vitamins. Like my dad's a pharmacist, so I had this chewables, vitamin C, and like we had like this kids multivitamin that we chewed. And kind of more in my teens when I had a lot of eczema, I got subscribed a lot of different pills and different vitamins and probiotics. I had, even in college, I had so
20 pills.
Oh my God, I don't know. I had so many different things. So I definitely had like throughout my life, like used a lot of different things. And I actually came then to a point where my eczema was so bad and I was just like, I don't know what to do anymore. I literally tried so many different things. That I kind of actually came to this point of like, I want to get rid of all the supplements and wanted to start using just food. And that's something that in a way did me actually really well. Right, so kind of just threw it all out, did all the juicing and the smoothies, and all really detoxing. And
that's how we discovered superfoods too.
That's how I actually discovered superfoods, definitely, and during that time as well with the detoxing. And then superfoods are really interesting, right? Because they're like this very like concentrated form of nutrients that you take in, right? So actually naturally you already start to take already more vitamins and minerals in, but from real food. And I started to feel better and better and better. Then I mean, let's fast forward a little bit further, like along our journey, you start to think certain things like B12, where am I actually getting that from? Or when I was pregnant, like things popped up like iron. My iron was actually a little bit low, which is very common. Like, how can I supplement this? Prenatal is very common. So like there were just more and more like kind of points in my life where I really started to wonder, like, oh, do I have to supplement? It's very normal to supplement here. But then if I, was looking for a supplement, I wanted to have a supplement that I exactly knew where it was coming from. Where was this vitamin kind of extracted from, or is it coming from a plant? And that is kind of, where we started to dig deeper and deeper and deeper. And then especially then with our kids, where, Leo, is also, he's plant-based, but I feel for every kid, right? There are a lot of kids.
Are they getting enough? Picky eaters. Getting enough.
Are they getting enough? And like, what supplement do I feel comfortable giving him? Because let me tell you, there's a lot of weird stuff on the market.
Before we get into that,
there's
a lot of stuff on the market. It was also around the time where we got more and more on our health journey and understood more and more, although we're eating very healthy, right? Although we're using the superfoods, there are still certain vitamins a lot of people are deficient on.
Yeah, D3 is another great example.
D3, although we're like coming from Germany and Holland, right? We don't have enough sun when we grew up. So there's a massive D3 deficiencies in a lot of countries, right? B12, another one where we learned going plant-based. Obviously, we should supplement B12, but there's a lot of people deficient on B12, even if they eat meat, if they eat non-vegan. So we learned there are certain nutrients, vitamins that even if you eat healthy, you should supplement. Also because now we talk about soil health, and you have heard maybe over the years us talk a bit about soil
health.
Soil health.
What?
Right? Soil, the soil where everything is growing is not as the earth, right? And we have heard it now over the last few years with regenerative agriculture and stuff. It's becoming more of a topic, more of an understanding that the soil is not as healthy as it used to be 50, 60, 100 years ago. So even the fruits and vegetables you eat, even if you're on a plant-based diet, even if you eat a lot of them, is not as nutrient dense as it used to be. Another reason, before you jump in,
Yes, I want to add another reason.
Why we love superfoods, right? Because they are helping us to get nutrients in.
Well, I wanted to actually say that even the way we nowadays buy our food, right? There's such a long supply chain. From the moment something gets taken off the tree, A, it's often not ripe. And two, the moment from the tree until we eat it, every day, right, it's laying somewhere or in the supermarket, it's losing nutritional value.
Yeah, we're eating sometimes fruits and vegetables in the supermarket, in regular supermarkets,
old.
that are like years old. I'm not kidding, years old.
I know, there's some crazy stories about the oranges. I remember
apples, oranges.
Some crazy stuff. Let's not go there.
If you
have farmers markets around you, definitely go there.
Organic farmers market.
Okay. Too many topics to talk about. So that is a little bit, our personal journey. And as we, got deeper and deeper, and then last year, we had this break, we had some time on our hands, and we, found some books actually that were talking about the difference between synthetic and whole food supplements. And we were like,
wow.
Literally mouth drop. We're like, why is nobody talking about this? Why is not everyone screaming from the rooftops? Like, what is going on? And it's just like,
because that is
so
what is actually
mind-blowing.
What is actually going on is that 90+% of all supplements everybody is taking, we were taking, you probably taking, is synthetic, is artificial, is lab-made, has nothing to do with nature, is something that created a lab, and from ingredients like coal, petroleum, of all things, right?
It's so weird.
Of wood, of wool, of like
things you wouldn't actually eat, and for good reasons, right? And it's just so mind-blowing. And the interesting thing, and we're going to talk a little bit about that, like, what is the difference between a synthetic and a whole food-based supplement the moment you actually take it into your body? Because they behave very different.
It's a huge difference. You could argue, and a lot of people do that in the industry, saying, vitamin C, ascorbic acid,
Same thing, same chemical structure.
But it couldn't be further from the truth. It's nothing like in nature. Because in nature, you see, ascorbic acid is not a single isolated vitamin. You use an orange, or we have acerola, right? Or some really potent vitamin C berries.
Or as simple as a paprika.
Oh, paprika,
bell pepper.
Green pepper.
Bell pepper.
Paprika, what is that? Green pepper.
Bell pepper.
Bell pepper.
Sounds good in English too. In Dutch it's a paprika. It sounds good.
Right, in everyday foods where there's vitamin C, it never comes isolated as ascorbic acid. It comes in a variety of ways where the plant has an ingredient, right, with phytonutrients in there, all the little things, phytonutrients, right?
We call them, we call it cofactors.
Cofactors, exactly.
Yeah. So we really kind of like 3 key things today, because there's a lot to unpack here. We cannot cover everything in one video, but to really bring it down to 3 key points. So one is the synergies, where Michael just talked about, is that instead of an isolated vitamin, if you have a whole food-based supplement, meaning it comes from an actual plant, an actual food, it comes with all those cofactors and phytonutrients, and actually compounds that we don't even fully understand yet, all around it, like all together in a package. And that means that your body actually knows what to do with it. It knows how to absorb it, and it's actually leading to better health. So the synergies and the cofactors is point 1. Point 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is the bioavailability.
Yes, exactly. The absorption.
Your body can absorb it so much better because it comes in a variety of ways, has all these different things, and so your body knows, okay, can actually detect, oh, this is vitamin C, I can use it, and now I can actually store it, not store it, but use it in my body to actually help my immune system. And
then number 3 is really the chemical additives that are used within the processing, right, of the lab-made synthetic vitamins. Is a lot of weird stuff going on, a lot of fillers, gums, and then what Michael just said, where coloring, where it's actually made from, like from actually weird non-food toxic substances as well. And our body also then often just doesn't know actually what to do with it, right? So the moment you take a synthetic vitamin, let's say ascorbic acid, right, which is then mostly
vitamin C, over 90% of industry
synthetic vitamin C
is synthetic, right?
Yes.
As we talked about.
So that comes in your body, and then your body needs to actually like kind of like, okay, what is this? And then if around like if it recognizes something, it's like, oh, it needs to start looking for other resources, right? The cofactors that are missing inside your own body.
To bind it,
bind it, and then to do something with it. The rest, it doesn't know what to do with it. You just get very expensive pee.
Just pee it out.
You just pee it out, hopefully. Sometimes your body actually has to work.
It and it becomes more toxic.
Yes, and your body has to otherwise also actually work and to get rid of it. So I always say, like, in the best case scenario, you just pee it out, and in the worst case scenario, it's actually doing your body some harm as well.
So isn't it crazy? You think you're doing something good for your body, you're actually buying a supplement, you think, oh, you get that ingredient, you get that vitamin mineral, and it can turn out to be actually more damage to your body than helpful. And once we dove into the industry, I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked. I was floored, like, that nobody is talking about it. Why is nobody talking about that the majority of supplements are just lab-made? Why we're not getting it from nature again? What we're doing again is trying to recreate nature in the lab. Why don't we just go to nature?
Why don't we just use nature?
Why don't we use nature?
Well, so let's talk about that. Why are we not using nature?
Why are we not using nature?
Well, we are gonna be using nature, but obviously synthetic vitamins are a lot cheaper to make, meaning there's a lot more margins, meaning there's a lot more money to be made. It's so simple, but that's just the truth. And then
obviously it's so cheap to have it in the lab.
It's so cheap. The margins are so insane. It's nuts.
We can't go on, and we'll have more videos on this. But in our research, even the big big supplement companies, you have to look at the label. And what we learned is when you look at the label, and even a lot of them would look, say, natural vitamins and minerals, it doesn't mean anything because it's actually still synthetic vitamins and minerals if you look at the label. You know what's crazy? If there is 10% of plant-derived food in the vitamin, then you can call it natural. So you can just use synthetic vitamins and add maybe like 10%, I don't know, just say something random, broccoli powder, great. Or anything that's plant-derived, and then you can call it natural vitamins, right? Finding out what you're actually putting in your body on a vitamin-like label is quite tricky, and we're definitely going to be going deeper in that in different videos. So I want to be talking now to you. Yes, Michael, what have you, because it was really you also, because I was just like pregnant and babies and I don't know what, like you dove so deep the last 12 months in really understanding, like, how can we create a multivitamin that is A, 100% organic, and B, 100% made of real plants. We haven't even talked about organic because most supplements are not organic. No, that's a whole other thing, but like, let's come on, it needs to be organic too. 100%. So what I set out to do was, okay, it has to be from farm to pill. I know you love that. Capsule. To capsules, right? It has to be traceable again, similar to the superfood powders, it has to be traceable again. Where are the plants coming from? What are the plants? What vitamins are in the plants? And what's the process to get from the plants to the actual high dose of vitamins and minerals? And it was very, very hard to do because nobody is doing this. Absolutely nobody is doing it. So we and our team and the people we work with and help us, and me mostly, went deep. I went to expos. I went really deep in the industry to understand, is there something out there that we can use and that I would use personally, because again, we only create products that we would feed ourselves and our kids, and that we feel are really truly missing in our lives. So I went deep in the industry to find the right partners. I haven't traveled to the places yet, but it will come next year. Where we travel again to the fields again, to understand, okay, there are the plants coming from, and it actually ends up in the capsule. So very similar to the superfood process, very, very high standards, 100% organic. Give us some details. Give us some meat. Details on? Vegan meat. Details on what I learned. Yeah, what did you learn? What you discovered? Just really take us with you on that journey. Yeah, so some suppliers would say, hey, it's all natural, and it's all organic, and it's all plant-based, and then you go deeper in the process. And then saying, oh yeah, by the way, we inject we inject synthetic vitamins in the plants, and then we give you the plants, and then it's an organic, whole food, plant-based supplements. And I was asking, I don't understand that. It's synthetic vitamins made in labs, you inject it into a plant, and then I'm eating the plant, I'm eating the synthetic vitamins.
It's not even injected in the plant, right? It's almost just like kind of
Bathed.
washed, bathed together, and then it's like kind of like, I guess, it's bathed in there. It's
Or
strict.
there are people, when you ask them about where are you actually sourcing this from, then they don't call you back. Or it's people, when I say, hey, I want to visit the farm, they don't call you back and don't want to work with us.
Yeah.
So there was a whole process of understanding who to work with and who not.
And then I feel like the other piece of it, like it has been like this big puzzle. We actually created something where all the RDAs of the vitamins are met. And it has been this puzzle to find all the little plants and different ingredients to hit all of those RDAs from like true natural plants. So that's something we're truly so excited about, to just, put everything in 2 capsules a day and that you just get all of it.
And it's all plant-based, and that's a huge difference to most of the things that are, almost all of the things that I found on the market. And another shocking revelation was, even if people say it's all whole foods, there might be some whole foods supplements, vitamins in there, but then they also add in the same formula, they're adding a lot of synthetics.
To make sure they hit everything.
Yeah, and so for me, right, then you mix natural with synthetic, you end up again destroying some of these cofactors and the synergies in between each other, right? So we wanted to have something that's truly 100%.
Hey, it's better.
based on plants.
It's better to have some whole food, some synthetic. Obviously, already a step in the right direction. But we personally just really want to use something that's truly from nature, truly from plants. So that's what we wanted to create for you. And
have a transparency. So my vitamin A comes from there, my vitamin B12 comes from there, my vitamin B6 comes from there.
Yes.
That transparency we have, and we're super excited.
We're so excited. So really, here it really is. I think we're going to round up. I know I can keep going on this topic. It's like, so honestly, share your questions below. Also things where you actually want us to go deeper in on. We're extremely passionate about it, so we can, I don't know how nerdy you want us to get.
Why are we so passionate about it? Because it's a foundation of health, right? Having your vitamins met and the minerals met is a foundation, it's a base for us to all have our energy levels up, right? And really live the life we want to live. Yeah. And that's why we're so passionate about it. We want to give you the foundation, everyday foundation you can take every day to really, really, really see improvements there.
Yes.
What?
That's it for today.
Is it?
That is for today. Yes.
Okay.
Well, really. So quickly on the launch.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. It's this summer. We're gonna be revealing more exact dates soon.
Hey, we revealed our packaging. If you haven't seen that, check that out. Okay, now we have to wrap up. Leo is awake.
Bye.
Bye for this week. We'll see you next time in Plant Talk. Bye.